So once again, I'll let Bolade do the honors of introducing our guest.
Yes, today we have another guest in the house, and then his name is Courage Okweku. I got it right.
You did, actually. I'm surprised. I think I was setting you up there.
I knew it, but yes, I did my research. Courage Okweku, thank you very much for joining us. He is a legal practitioner, and today we're talking extensively on police brutality. What are your rights? While we're on break, we're having this conversation, and then we're talking about the Colady Johnson situation. It was trending, and it is not just Colady Johnson. It is everyone now on social media all over the world talking about this and that. What is exactly happening? I really want to know. What is happening?
One of the things I keep saying is we have to learn how to engage with all these forces, like the police, the military, and all that. But the police is the closest one to the people, and they are the one with the most sweeping powers. Despite knowing your right, what I would like to really focus on is how to enforce your rights without finding yourself
in trouble.
Yes.
It's one thing to know your rights. It's another thing because I saw a video over the weekend of a young man in, I think it was Ajah.
Okay.
The police was asking him to open his phone, and he was...
Yes.
His phone?
Yes.
And
that was trending.
And the policeman was asking him to open his phone, and he was telling me, I know my rights, and he was getting beaten. And the man was there.
Okay, so let me take us back one step. During the break, we're talking about the police doing their job.
Yes.
You know, there's a thin line, or there's a line between doing your job and police brutality. So let me start first with what exactly constitutes police brutality? Like, when has it left the police doing their job into police brutality? Because, you know, like you're talking about right now, knowing your rights, and a young man who was asked to, you know, unlock his phone. I mean, where do we cross the line? Where can you say this is police brutality? So it's like define police brutality.
I think where you consider police brutality in the Nigerian context, because you mentioned something about the US and the rest, and they also have their own version of it.
They have their versions of police brutality, yes.
And so, but the police have duties, they have powers. The moment the policeman starts going outside his powers, then he's already, you cannot start, and you are started, I don't use the word enjoy, suffering some form of dehumanization, physical assault, because of the fact that you are unfortunate to have an encounter with the police, and so that would be police brutality. But one thing I want to stress is we need to learn to enforce our rights, because it's about precedent. If a policeman sees, they work on psychology. Even if you are not a lawyer, if they meet you on the way, because when you meet me outside, I might not look like a lawyer, but I've never had any issues with police, because when you stop me, I will stop. Because you are doing your job to stop me, I will stop. I won't be rude. You ask me a question, I will answer respectfully.
Yes.
I will tell you, officer, hope you're okay. Oh, how is your work? And then you now, I know, because I know the way they operate. They will come close to you. You even assume they are armed robbers, even the way they even behave, and it stops you, and you are like, why is this? But I will not argue with you, because you are doing your job. Although you are doing it outside the confines of what you are allowed to do. But I will let you do whatever you want to do. But the fact is, I will enforce. So if they sense that the way this person is responding to me is not being rude, he's not shouting, I know my right. I don't need to tell you I know my right, I know my right. So you are going outside, no problem. Because it is one thing until you commit yourself before you've actually committed a crime as a police officer. So you want to open my phone, I'm not allowed to open my phone, but if you insist, you can have my phone. Keep it. Then you will explain to your superiors what you are doing with my phone.
Yes.
So the fact is, it's about the way people go about enforcing those rights. It is not by engaging in a shouting match or no, you can't do that. You can't do that, because you're actually playing into your hands. Because I'm looking at more about the security of the person involved in this exchange. So we should learn to report them to their superiors. That's my point. You don't say, oh, I'm going somewhere, it doesn't matter. SARS are this, SARS are that, and you go about your business. It's going to happen again. But the moment you've tested the system, thank God we have social media. So I think the whole essence of recording it is when you record it, you have something that you can play to
and for people to see too.
That's why you see most of the times when you look at the police PRO and the rest, whenever you come and you complain about something, they will ask you to place an official report first off, because that is where it's not enough. It's not enough to come on social media and make noise. When it happens, have you made any official reports? And I can tell you that 10 times if you report, 7 times you'll get justice. There's justice in this country. Yes. Have you tested? So if you say it doesn't work, have you tested the system? Or are you just taking the word of another person or another person's experience? Considering the fact that a story told is a story edited. Because somebody, you're not the one who had the one-on-one experience. I'm not saying there are no abuse in the system.
Can you give us like maybe a few major rights that, I should know that, the police is not meant to ask to see certain documents, not meant to ask, certain things that, we could look out for as citizens?
Well, first off, you have fundamental human rights that, and I'm going to go into like a bit of history as to why those rights exist. So first off, social contract theory, that is, you give your right to the government, you have some right. It is the right you've given to the government that allows them to govern you. Okay. And the remaining half of the right those are the things that makes you human. So those are your fundamental human rights. So you have a right not to be harassed. That is honest intimidation, okay. Right to freedom of speech, right to freedom from inhuman treatment, which also includes right to dignity, which also include not right against torture. So like things that are going to reduce your standing in the society. So, for example, but putting it in clear terms that will be usable for you, for our viewers, on the issue of right to privacy, that's on the issue as to your phones.
Yes.
Yes. So, but like I will keep saying, it's important you know your rights, but it is much more important you know how to enforce your rights. So there's also right against unlawful arrest and unlawful detention. So you want to be able to walk freely as a Nigerian because you've not committed any crime. So you don't have to see a police officer and start running. So you want to have that freedom of movement, freedom of association, and things like that. So in engaging the police, if a police officer stops you, for example, you stop. If he asks you a question, you answer. So when he asks you to open your phone, which he has no right to open. But here's the thing. The fact that he stopped you doesn't mean you've committed a crime. He has just stopped you. I think it is because we're all agitated as young people right now. So he stopped you, you go off. You've just made the matter worse. I'm just being practical here. But he stops you, you answer his questions, because it has to do with how you value or you dignify yourself. If you respond to him in a dignified manner, he has no choice than to dignify. But I'm not saying you don't have officers that go outside. There are always going to be people like that, Then you enforce, like you rightly said. So no police officer has a right to go into your phone without your consent. Now, no police officer has a right to unlawfully arrest you. But who determines whether you have been unlawfully arrested?
We have somebody online.
All right.
Wumi from Oyo State.
My question is very simple. Just last week, someone was arrested, is a tailor, and he was arrested for having autism tendencies simply because he has tattoos. So I'm asking, when we say rights, we all know that in Nigeria, nobody cares about your rights. So how do you now tell a policeman, no, it's my right to draw whatever I want on my body, or it's my right to carry my where I like, and you won't get shot in the face? Is it that you go and get a lawyer that will be at your beck and call in case policemen decide to mess you up?
Okay, fine. I think it's a very wonderful question. It gives me an opportunity to outlay the landscape.
Okay.
So the police have a right to stop you on the suspicion of having committed a crime. That is where that power comes from. That is where they say the power is sweeping. So you might not have committed any crime, but they've suspected that you have committed a crime. They can stop you. So when they stop you, and I want our viewers to process it from a neutral point of view. When they stop you on the suspicion of, oh, you have a tattoo on your body. Most cultists have tattoos on their body. And you have a tattoo on your body, you are probably a cultist, and they stop you. The difference, it's how you respond from that point on that will feed into the policeman's data of identifying whether you're a cultist or not. So you become extremely violent or volatile. Have you done any justice to the fact that you are not a cultist?
Okay,
No.
You're even making the case worse.
Making it worse,
Yeah.
yes.
Are you getting the point?
Yes, I do.
So it is how you respond. So it's not all people that have tattoos that are cultists, but the presumption is that some people that have tattoos are cultists. Is based on, okay, so let me stop this one. He looks like a criminal. You know, because there are some people that they will tell you, they will say, oh, it has to do with a lot with how you dress. And they now subsume the argument into, can't I dress the way I want? Nobody is saying you can't dress the way you want. But the fact is the police has a job to do into determining, and he has to use his discretion to determine whether you look like a criminal, you look like somebody who has committed a crime, an abuse of the powers that they have. And I think that is where we Nigerians have to do better, in the sense that we have to, such a thing, for example, if you report, I can tell you, if you report to they have departments that is what they attend to. Because there's something they call about being civil, there's something they call civility in the police. That is, you have to be civil to the general public. So if you were to write a petition to their senior officer and says this XY officer was uncivil to the general public, and you outline what really happened, he's in suit. But how many people are ready to sit down and actually put in the work to actually enforce their rights? And, you know, that's why it seems as if policemen are always careful of lawyers. It's not just because lawyers know their rights, it's because lawyers know how to enforce it.
Yes. Okay,
So, okay, yeah,
go
that's
ahead.
your
Okay,
question.
so you're saying that, you know, aside from the police and the government and lawyers, you know, it's up to us to actually, you know, find proper ways rather than, you know, just shouting and becoming a nuisance to actually enforce our rights.
Yeah, most lawyers hardly, I won't say some don't, hardly have problems with police in this manner, because we interface with them all the time. So if a policeman meets you, you don't even tell him you're a lawyer. It is because you know how to relate with them. First of all, that person, let's us even look at the policeman, his construct. How much is he earning? He's there trying to protect you, you are sleeping, and he comes and he's asking you a question because he's doing his job, and you feel because he's out there, he's not somebody. So if you put that in your mind when you are relating with him, naturally you relate with him with respect, not with fear, with respect. Officer, how are you doing? Hope you are fine. See, hope you are fine can go a long way in dealing with a police officer. Hope you are fine. How is your job going? And this person is a very reasonable person, because nobody does that. The natural response to most people when they say a police officer is, if I can use pidgin, okay, what did I do?
Yeah, what did I do?
That's very true.
You know, and you've already set a tone for confrontation. But if you identify the fact that he's doing his job, and you are saying, okay, you allow him to do his job so long as he does not exceed and doesn't improve. You're like, officer, you're right. You'll be like, okay, how can I see your phone? You say, am I a suspect? Am I under arrest? I'm not saying some of those SARS people are not problematic. You may just get a slap from there. And if that is the case, you don't need to open the phone for him. If you give him the phone, you should hold on to it, and that he should take you to the station. When he gets there, he won't even take you there. Most of the time, they will take you to one corner or one place, and it is because of they see it in you that you do not know what you are doing. Despite the fact that Nigerian, and they've even in many other issues, we've consistently shown that we are more comfortable posting, tweeting, retweeting, sharing.
Reporting.
We are not ready to do the actual work, which is take steps, write petition, submit it, even despite the fact that we have the police force has made, because even if you report to a police division or a police area command, as regards an issue, and you feel that that area command is not doing what you expect, you can actually still report that area command for not doing their job to the commissioner of police. And if the commissioner of police is not even, now, because now the crime is no longer about what they did. Now you're now reporting two people. That is, one, you're reporting the police officer that acted. Now you're now reporting
his command for not taking action.
When you reported him, then you cannot report that same issue to the commissioner of police. See, by the time you get to that second level, they see you as a troublemaker. They will handle that issue.
To enjoy more interesting episodes of Tea or Coffee, then like and subscribe.